Why do you play Genshin Impact? This is a genuine question I have. After so much that's been happening, I'm kind of curious on like the community standpoint. I'm not the type that goes around, looking at freaking comment sections and reading everybody's stuff, so I'd rather just figure out through the people that do decide to watch this video. Because over the years of what happens, I see a decent amount of dramas going around, like content creators quitting Genshin Impact, people complaining about the state of the game, and freaking how many questions they have for the main story and it's not going in the right direction anymore. Some people flipping out about the polls. I'm usually there just quietly sitting there in the background, not really caring about this type of stuff. Except the poll parts, I need my Syndrome polls. It did have a lingering thought in my head that I kinda did ask a few of my friends here and there, and they all gave very different answers. So I want to know what other people's answers are and what they think about the game, or why they play. Like, just seriously, just why do you play? Like, what's the reason? Is it because of the story? Do you like the story? Is it because of the characters? Do you like just collecting characters?
What the heck?
Is it character designs? Is it for the late game? Most of the time, I don't think a lot of people play for the late game besides content creators. It seems like the newer units that they have been making have been a lot more centered around this concept of late game mechanics, which is kind of strange. I don't know, I just think it's strange that they go out of their way to make these abysses that are show focused and focus on selling a unit, but half of your player base, almost actually probably higher percent of your player base, doesn't even engage in late game shenanigans. Maybe it's just to keep the people who do play late game content happy. At the same time, keep the people that don't really care about that stuff happy at the same time. That's the only guess I can have. But Genshin, throughout most of the the bad influence, it's just been through so much drama that I really do question how the player base is always so loyal. They all love the game, they all play the game on a consistent basis, and no matter what happens and what Hoyoverse does that's either right or wrong, their player base is just not going to care. They're just going to continue to play the game. This is what I'm trying to figure out. What is that reason why they decide to sit and play? Maybe I should take some time to go ask some more people about this, but I genuinely am curious. I can easily give a reason why I like playing the game, and why I don't see myself quitting until probably the main story is over, or there's just simply nothing else to do. Or who knows, maybe Genshin 2 come out and just play this game for the rest of my freaking dumb life. I do just aspire to be a writer, in a sense, or, be like one of those guys who make comics and all that junk, so I've always been interested in storytelling. So that's already one reason why I play the game, because I just like storytelling. Pretty simple. I watch movies, I watch anime, all that junk. All in the sake of learning perspectives on people's storytelling. Whether it's good or bad, I don't really care. If it's good, then I can take note of it. If it's bad, I can know what not to do. It's a win-win. Not only that, I love character designing. Character designs is probably the main reason why I enjoy Genshin as much as I do. I know a lot of people weren't really happy with the Natlan designs, myself included, except Zeonin. She's fine. Even though she's not really fitting this traditional thing that we thought Natlan was going to be about. But I gotta be honest, her outfit's pretty lit. And then the story writing part aspect of me comes in when it comes down to a character and their personality, how they're portrayed. Learning about a character, their traits, whether they're a nice person, mean person, silly person, extroverted, introverted. I've always been interested in character philosophies. I'm not too much of a fan of exploration nowadays. I know a lot of people still enjoy exploration, but I've been burnt out after playing multiple different games that involves me to run around and collect things. I already had the nostalgia when I played Genshin for the first time. The exploration part thrilled me so much because it reminded me of Skyrim. I remember the old Skyrim games of going around searching in dungeons and collecting junk and weapons and fighting monsters and stuff. That's the thrill I expected when I was playing Genshin at the beginning. Well, a part of me still kind of had that magical spark at the beginning, but now I just can't stand it. I don't really do it for any, joyful reason. I will say I do like looking at the maps. The maps have been pretty. They've been nice looking maps. I'm not saying that. Nightcry looks nice. The desert is one of my favorite regions along with Dragonspine. So it's still going to be aesthetically pleasing. But I just don't feel like there's a reason for me to go around. I don't have that excitement anymore that I once had before. It feels more of a chore rather than I'm doing it for fun. I enjoy the combat system in this game a lot. So honestly, I wish they implemented that a little bit more when it comes to exploration. Maybe create some dungeons, you know, dungeons with small little puzzles in them in order to continue, like the old little ones that they were doing before. These trial temples and stuff that they had, they were pretty popular for a while until they stopped doing them in Sumeru. Once Sumeru passed and they went to Fontaine, they kind of stopped making them. I mean, they could have just made them more difficult. They like, you know how like Wuthering Waves has the phantom things that are around the map that you have to do all of them, but you have to do them like on harder difficulties over time. Something like that. They could have had the domains just get hard. They have like harder versions of the domain in order to get all the maximum rewards out of them. Exploration is not really my strong suit anymore. Same with going around doing quests, all that stuff. I just don't enjoy it. Especially since there's no voice quest. Or what about the events? I personally don't really like the events either. I'm not trying to hate too much on the small little events that they do. But god, they're so freaking buns. Maybe I should do like a series where every time I do an event, I rate on how good or bad it is. I will say they have a few bangers, like the Perry event, that one was good. I think that we had that one just recently. But I'm sorry, I just don't want to go around being a freaking Sealy flying around collecting particles. Or turn into a freaking Pokemon and go around solving puzzles, okay? Okay, you could say, whoa, they're for the kids. Well, Genshin's not supposed to be a game for kids. That's decent sexualization in their character designs. So I have no idea what you're talking about. Look at freaking Mona. Look at Veressa. Escoffier is literally wearing what, just an apron dress? There's nothing under there. Then again, I guess characters don't really wear bras in that game. This is another example. Sorry, I'm sitting over here doing this quest at the same time. Because I need Primos for Syndrome. I think I said that. Did I say that? I don't know. I think I said that. Like, to me, Genshin is a game that you don't play on a consistent basis, okay? Personally, I think you just log in, you do the cool little fun stuff, and then that's it. Then you just dip. Honestly, I think it's a game that you're supposed to enjoy what you like about the game. You have to find your own reason. Everybody's reason is always different. It's not usually the same game like you're playing, I don't know, a shooter. You're playing like Call of Duty or something, not the newer ones, like the Call of Duty, like COD 3 or something. You're playing that because it's a shooter. You just want to shoot people, bro. You just want to go around killing people, okay? It's simple. Everybody's there for the same reason. You're there for games, God of War. You're there for the story. Everybody's there for the story. They want to play the story, but at the same time, they want to fight stuff and hack and slash. Okay? This is exactly why I can't recommend Genshin to anybody, because I think the game's too boring to recommend. And if you don't have your own purposeful reason of why to play, then you're just not going to have fun. You're not going to enjoy yourself. Especially nowadays when there's so many other games. Definitely a ton of different other games that you could be playing rather than this game. Now, is Genshin my favorite gacha game? No. My favorite gacha game is Endless. Genshin will always have a place in my heart. It's like your first love, you know, that crazy ex that you used to have. And you're still in contact with her for some weird reason. But you've already found someone that you're more happy being with. And all that stuff. You're in a better relationship now. But you guys occasionally hang out all the time. But yeah, that's mostly everything I want to sit and talk about. I would really like to know your thoughts. If anybody would go out their way to sit there and let me know about it, I would appreciate it quite a lot. Anyway, that's about it. Catch you later.